Things getting pretty testy on Wednesday during Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's testimony on the Benghazi terror attack. Mrs. Clinton losing her cool at one point over a question from Republican Senator Ron Johnson. Listen to this exchange.
We were misled that there were supposedly protests and then something sprang out of that, an assault sprang out of that. And that was easily ascertained that that was not the fact. And the American people could have known that within days, and they didn't know that.
With all due respect, the fact is we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make? It is our job to figure out what happened and do everything we can to prevent it from ever happening again, Senator.
What difference does it make? Who killed those 4 brave Americans? Besides the drama, did we get the truth of what happened in Benghazi? Let me help you with the answer. The answer is no. John Leboutillier, Caddell, and Doug Schoen are back. I mean, this was the political equivalent of rope-a-dope, except on the Republican side, there were no George Foremans.
Well, that's exactly right. And Secretary Clinton was impassioned. She did not fully answer the questions. You're absolutely right. But she took responsibility, foisted it off on lower-level people, protected the president, and bottom line, it was a virtuoso performance that puts her in line to be the nominee in 2016.
Protected the president in a sort of deal?
Well, we'll get to that because of the 60 Minutes thing. I mean, look,
60 Minutes, she and the president tonight.
For her standing up and allowing the lie to continue and defending the lie. Let's put it clearly. The fabrication is the president calls up 60 Minutes to put her on the air tonight so that he can go on and basically pay her off for protecting him on Benghazi, which is unprotectable. Let me just say
you're saying the president is paying off Hillary Clinton with tonight's 60 Minutes interview.
Made the phone call.
Is this the equivalent of an endorsement for president?
No, it's called a payoff. Doug, there's a difference. I don't know if he's, but Joe Biden, poor Joe. But anyway, the thing is, let me say this. All of this was made possible by the second great Republican dive, the incompetence. They have all these people. They don't know how to split the questions up and follow up. It was incredible.
They were not prepared.
Well, they were the ones pushing. They've been pushing since before Christmas to have Secretary Clinton come up here and testify before she leaves office.
To figure out what to ask
and they blew it.
And also to organize it. You have only 5 minutes.
Right.
You're giving them to do this. Look, after the dive that Romney did in taking the issue down, and with he and the mainstream press going along with him, this was supposed to be our moment to get the truth. And we got
we didn't get more questions. But I want to get back to what you're alleging is that the president is essentially, this is a payoff tonight on 60 Minutes, that he is endorsing her for 2016.
Look, I think the idea of the president of the United States calling 60 Minutes and saying, I want time, and every network gives the president when they want time, to do this is, to my judgment, tantamount to him saying, I am anointing her as the titular effective head of the Democratic Party after me and the nominee if she wants that nomination.
And it is, and what you're having tonight, Steve Croft, see the 60 Minutes, the people who buried the stuff they had the day after Benghazi. You'll see how tough they are with them. They won't be at all.
This is one big wet kiss. This is
one big wet kiss. And you know what it is? This whole thing has been a tragic spectacle. Those poor people who died. Those poor people and their families.
But you heard her. It doesn't matter. What difference does it make?
By the way, there was no senator after Ron Johnson had asked the right question. She does that answer, which I think was despicable. And nobody comes and challenges her. It doesn't make a difference.
It matters because we have to prevent this from ever happening again.
How about punishing the people who did it,
By the way, a couple of things. First of all, I want to give kudos to Pat, especially for months on our show. We have called the Republican Party, because of incidents like this, the stupid party. And finally, this past week at the Republican National Committee meeting in Charlotte, Governor Jindal of Louisiana came out and said, I'm tired of us being the stupid party. So maybe they're beginning to figure out that their behavior in public actions is killing the party.
It's not listening to political insiders.
They should be listening to political insiders. Well, so the other thing is, we've said this before too, is I think Bill Clinton, former President Bill Clinton, helped Obama immensely at the convention.
He won the election for Obama.
Yeah, and I think tonight is part of a deal. The payoff's been a long time in coming, and Pat jokingly mentioned it, but Joe Biden, who should be the loyal vice president who was shaking hands with Al Roker in the inaugural parade, he's out, man. He's not getting anywhere.
That's what loyalty buys you. Ask Reverend Wright.
Give the Clintons credit for political brilliance. They've turned a situation that presented the country and Hillary Clinton with parallel into...
I agree. We wrote a piece, and I said she should be the nominee. But after that performance, what she does, I have to tell you, I was almost ill after watching 6 hours of this the other day.
You know what, Pat? I think she will be the nominee.
Well, then she may be president, but that doesn't take away the fact that you
Our
fail
political
your
insiders, gentlemen, thank you very much. You can get more from our insiders every Monday at 10:30 a.m.